Hey, welcome back, everybody. We are at Popstroke Orlando. This is our first time
Which
here,
one did he say was harder?
and
The black
we
one?
were rather impressed.
The
It's a
red one's
putt-putt
harder?
course, but it was designed by Tiger Woods and a couple others, and it's made to look like a real golf course instead of your typical putt-putt course. You can see the fairways and the fringe and the fake sand traps. It's all AstroTurf type stuff, so it's really neat though. There goes Mars. Very clean, very well groomed. That's what we liked about it, and very easy to go through the course.
Come on. Oh, it didn't take me wrong.
As you're going around, you can actually scan the QR
That's cool.
code and go to their app and order drinks while you're out there. They have these cards around, but the QR code's also on the tables,
Yeah.
which are at the markers on each hole. It's also a drink holder. It's definitely designed kind of a party atmosphere. You want to go with a group of friends and have drinks and go
Yeah.
around, and that's kind of the concept to it. Alright, so I mentioned it was a flat rate. Believe it was $25 a person, and that's all day play. It does allow you to leave and come back. Since this is located in like a big shopping center, and it also has a lot of restaurants around it, if you kind of wanted to make a day of it, you could. And so like you could come over here, play around or something, go shopping, go have lunch or whatever, and then come back, and then repeat that if you wanted to. You are allowed to play both sides. There's two 18-hole courses, a black and a red. I believe the red is the more challenging side. But we had a great time, and like I said, really taken with how clean it was, and everything was pretty well manicured. And it was nice to be able to go to the bar, grab a drink, and then go around. So a little more of an adult version of putt putt. They do rent this out for parties and things. In fact, we saw one being set up on one of the outdoor bars where it was being catered. They actually brought out some tables and linens and then brought out some food. You do get to keep the ball, by the way. Here's a look at some of the outdoor areas, actually. So you can see they have ping pong tables, foosball, cornhole. And then here's that bar I was telling you about that eventually set up for an outdoor party there to the right, the smaller bar. But it's quite a large place, and you could host a large group. There's a big screen outside that, of course, had golf going on it, but I assume it's whatever sports they can get on. It was hot this day, so they did offer cooling towels for you, which was just a nice touch. Here we are tallying up our scores after our first 18 holes on the black side. You could scan the QR code and order drinks, or at least look at the menu. I'm sorry. I believe we ordered drinks through a waitress. She came by. And here we are about to play the red side 18-hole course. And again, this is supposed to be the more challenging side. We didn't have to wait too long, but on this side we did. There was a large group ahead of the group in front of us. Oh, and here's my drink. It was aptly called the rain delay, which it did rain while we were having these drinks to begin with, and then once the rain subsided, this is when we went out onto the course. There was a large group, two parties ahead of us, so there were a few times where we had to wait and just let them pass. Oh, and there was a play area, you see there to the left. This is the much larger bar, a lot of outdoor seating there. Again, too, you actually don't have to purchase the putt-putt to come to the bar. So if you came over here and let's say half your group wants to go shopping and you don't, you can come on over here and have a drink and relax. Here's kind of a look at the course. And it was a nice day. We had a really good time out here. Hey guys, so I know this one's been a little different. This is one of those situations where we were actually out doing something else. Kind of finished what we were doing, and then we decided, hey, let's like what can we do? We wanted to come over here, so we popped over here. Wasn't really something I planned on filming, but since we were here, I thought I didn't want to lose the opportunity to get some footage, but at the same time, really just wanted to enjoy myself and, play some putt-putt with Mars, and we had a great afternoon. This was a lot of fun. So I know this video is a little different than our usual. I wasn't talking a lot while I was filming, hence the narration afterwards. And then I know this video is super short. But as usual, the main takeaways, I just want you guys to see it, right? I want you to, first of all, know it exists. Some folks don't know these are here. There's 2 locations, I believe, one in Orlando and one near Tampa. It's actually just a little south of Tampa. Both, I believe, are the same concepts. Both offer, I think, a lot of the same types of things. Obviously the putt-putt, but bars, party hosting, that kind of stuff, which we thought was really cool. I thought it was fairly unique. Inside too, I forgot to mention, there's kind of a little snack thing and some ice cream. So it looked like they were making milkshakes, cups of ice cream, and ice cream cones. And they were also selling sodas, I think Gatorades, and then beer inside as well. Then you saw the 2 bars. So quite a bit going on. Again, you don't have to purchase any putt-putt to use those amenities. You can come over here, hang out at the bar, and have a drink. As far as food goes, there were some snack type items. We didn't get any food, but they do have a limited food menu. And then as far as the like party hosting goes, we saw being put out on the tables were a lot of finger foods and looked like sliders, cheeseburgers. But they looked good, and it seemed like a birthday party maybe kind of celebration that was going on. But I assume you can pretty much book it for anything you want. Which again, kind of a novel idea. Like I said, you got to keep the ball, which is just kind of a nice touch on their part. Feels like you got something. $25 is a lot for putt-putt. But again, I think if you're coming out for an evening or a day or whatever, plan on being here a few hours, and you can play each side, and you can play it as many times as you want. Check their website for up-to-date hours, but I know they stay open fairly late, and I believe they open around 10 a.m. So literally you could probably play for 12 hours. That might be a bit much, but the point being is you can probably get your $25 worth. I think that's very an approachable goal. So what I recommend is, like Mars and I had a great time, but I think it would be fun to come with a group, come out for an evening or something, and again have drinks, plan on spending a couple of hours here, and then maybe go to a late dinner afterwards or something, or try to eat here. I think those are pretty good options. Now this is a little bit of ways from the Disney area. I'm always going to kind of use that as our main source, because I know a lot of you watch this because you're traveling to Central Florida and you're probably going to Disney World or Universal. This is probably about a 30-minute drive, maybe 40 minutes from Disney, 30 from Universal. So it is a little bit out there, so definitely plan on driving. It is not in kind of the main core tourist area that I would call it. It's kind of too bad, actually. They couldn't have made this in off of iDrive or something like that, but it is in a nice area. Like I said, there's a shopping center here. We didn't really go through it. It was crowded this day. Let me make a note on that. So I felt like we got pretty lucky when we got here. It was one of those just perfect timing things. I pulled in, there was a line of cars to just get into the parking lot. So we're in the line of cars, and I saw a row of parking to the left. No one was going down there at the moment. I happened to go down there, and someone was leaving. So super lucky we got a parking spot pretty quickly. Otherwise, I think you may have been circling a bit, or would have had to driven further into the parking lot, which, like I said, there was a line to get in. So that whole ordeal, we all know how that goes in certain places, and I think this is one of them. It might take you 15 minutes to park. So that's kind of a bummer. But it just shows you how popular I think the location is. So just keep that in mind. We were here, I believe it was a Saturday. It was definitely a weekend day. Um, and this was, I think, in August, if I'm not mistaken. So again, just something to throw out there. Keep in mind, parking may be a little tight. You may find yourself waiting a little bit. But as far as once we got to Pop Stroke, super easy. We walked in, we were greeted. They asked us if we'd been there before. We said no, and immediately he walked us through everything. He says, "Hey, it's a flat rate. Here's how it works." I think he did ask if we had any discounts, like military or something like that, if I recall, which we don't. But he kind of offered everything and explained it really well to us, so we knew what we were getting into, and it was real easy after that. Of course, we decided to stay, so we got our club, got to pick out our colored golf ball, and got our scorecard, and we were pretty much on our way. It's that easy. And like I said, once we were out on the courses, the first one flowed really well. I don't think we really waited for anyone. When we got to the first hole, the party ahead of us had already gone to the second. So by the time we were done, they were, and actually they were pretty quick. If I recall, we got to the point where maybe we were on the fifth hole. They were actually on the seventh by then. So they were actually kind of gaining a lead on us. It was when we did the red side that we had to wait, and that was because we had that large group. I think there was like 6 of them in the group, and it just took them a long time. And nothing against them. Look, they're having a good time. I think if we had a group of 6, we would have been doing the same thing. I don't really think anything of it, but we did have to wait. What I did in that time, actually, since the group behind us, they were at least a hole behind us the entire time, like an empty hole. So when we were waiting, I just replayed the hole we were on. No harm, no foul, and more practice. So I thought it was kind of fun, and keep that in mind, right? There were a couple of guys going around just playing whatever hole they could get. That was a little annoying. I don't really recommend that. Like, I understand it's all day play, and in theory you probably could. It was just annoying though, because they weren't going to like an empty hole. They were basically just kind of cutting in front of you and then playing the hole. So hopefully you guys don't run into that, but that was something we did encounter. I'm only sharing just in case it comes up with you. I don't know how you're gonna handle it. And you saw there was a playground, which I thought was unique. I thought was interesting. I would think the kids would want to play putt-putt, but maybe you don't want them to, or maybe they're not interested, and okay, fine, go play on the playground. Or I guess maybe when you're done, right, maybe you want to sit at the bar and they could be at the playground next to it. I thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, I know I'm kind of just rambling now. But truly, we had a really good time. I think we would definitely go back. Like I said, I'd like to go back with some friends and do a group thing. I thought it was a lot of fun. Yeah, maybe a little steep on the price. Oh, and the drinks, I think they were kind of your norm. If I recall, they were probably between $10 and $14, give or take. There's probably a couple on there, maybe a little higher. The beers were, around the same. Look, everything I thought was pretty reasonable. I think if you're gonna go out and have drinks, like, you kind of know what to expect, right? I don't think it's a surprise anymore to pay that range, right? 10 to 14. I think that's very reasonable. So that's kind of where the drinks fell. We didn't try the app, although I'd like to, right? Just to see how it works, just to see how long it takes, how they know where you are. I assume maybe they track you through the app, or maybe they call or text you. I don't know. So that's something we'll have to try out. So maybe I can do another follow-up video, a little more in detail next time. And again, I know I didn't film the inside, so sorry this one was a little disjointed, but we really just wanted to go and have a good time, and in this case, as a side thing, just show you enough so you knew it existed. You guys can do your own research, of course, on these things, and I'm sure there's other videos on this stuff. So with that, I'm gonna end this short video here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I see that we've got, a little bit more views than we used to have, which is awesome. And I know we've gained a few subscribers, so thank you for that. If you are watching and haven't, we really appreciate your subscription. Just click that button there, and hopefully you enjoy the videos to come in the future. We are trying to kind of grow and build this up, so we'll see what we can do with it. Thanks for the support, guys. We appreciate it, and until next time, bye bye.